Hi beauties, welcome to my channel H.ealthy by Julia. I'm Julia and I'm your virtual beauty therapist. I have been one for over 10 years now, so I created this channel in order to help you stay healthy and informed about beauty. If this is something that you find interesting, please check out the rest of my videos, give them thumbs up, share them, and consider subscribing to the channel. You can press on the notification bell so that you can check my videos as soon as I upload them. You can also find me on Instagram, where I'm quite active, and you will find different type of content. You will find reviews, my opinion, what bothers me, what excites me in the beauty, and also giveaways that I am participating and also that I'm creating. So if any of those is of interest of yours, you can find me and follow me there as well. Today we're going to chat about something that very often people are asking me, because I live in UK and here the weather is not so great most of the time of the year. So very often people are saying that they don't need to use SPF in the winter because the sun is not so strong, they are not burning. So yes, however, this is really not the case, and I want to say that you need to use SPF all year around. Even when it's cloudy, around 80% of the UV rays actually get to the surface of the earth. So in each case, some damage will be happening if you don't use your sunblock. So the fact that it's cloudy doesn't mean that you don't need SPF. The other very often thing that I hear along with I don't burn in the winter, I don't need SPF, is I check the UV index, it's low, so I don't need SPF. However, if you speak with any dermatologist, they will suggest for you that you do need SPF at least 30 all year around. Now, the UV index is actually quite useful tool that will be able to explain you how likely is your skin to burn. So you have different indexes depending on the UV rays getting to the surface of the earth. So you have index from 0 to 2, and this means that it's very unlikely for any one average person to actually get sunburn. But in all of those indexes, we are talking about sunburn. We are not talking about aging or anything like this. So I think it's quite important. And then the last thing that I can hear very often, especially in the winter, is that people will say something like, I need vitamin D. So I will go outside now in the winter and I'm not gonna apply purposely SPF because my skin needs this type of vitamin D. First and foremost, actually probably the best way to get vitamin D is food and supplements. And then the other thing that is quite important is the fact that actually with overexposure under sun, our bodies start to break down vitamin D instead of create it, so this doesn't make sense that much either. There was actually a study quite a while ago that was looking into different UV filters that the scientists were checking if they are able to provide also protection from the blue light. And after a few different tests with different ingredients, they found that physical SPF, definitely filters of this type, seems to be able to provide much better protection from the blue light than the rest of the filters. So if you have something like TV, laptop, iPad, your phone, anything with screen that is actually damaging your skin by this type of blue light, also you should be considering applying your SPF because of it. We don't have that much information about blue light, what can protect us, what exact damage it can do, but by all means, from what the recent studies are indicating, seems that it's definitely something that you should be aware and try to protect your skin from. If you're using something for pigmentation and you're spending money for products and treatments but you don't use SPF, you're very likely quite a bit wasting your money. If you have acne and you don't use SPF because you think your skin is getting irritated, you might consider to try different product, but that doesn't mean that all SPF is going to irritate your skin. For what it's worth, UV damage free radicals are triggering more irritation, more redness and more breakouts. So once again, worth using some kind of SPF. Moreover, that in the winter our skin barrier is already impaired because it is trying to keep everything stable, keep the moisture within the skin. So it's a good idea to give this extra help and apply your SPF on the top of your moisturizer. Or if your skin is very oily, then you can apply your SPF after you cleanse and that's it. Say if you're somewhere humid or something like this, if your skin is very oily, because very often in your SPF it will contain some kind of occlusive ingredients that will keep the moisture within the skin. But also we are talking about something like skin cancer and prevention as much as it's possible, because in global rankings, colder countries with 4 seasons are not somewhere there in the bottom when we are looking into statistics how many people are actually suffering from skin cancer. I think Ireland was on the 3rd place in global ranking, and this is not a country which is tropical and people are sunbathing all year round. First and foremost, there's different types of UV rays and they are all not visible for our eyes, but that doesn't mean that they're not there. You have UVA and UVB. UVB are the one that usually cause our skin burning. They are trigger to skin cancer as well. And because of their length, they are quite short. Usually they don't penetrate very deep into the skin, and also they are less in the winter. So because of your skin exposure in the winter, it's much more unlikely your skin to burn because the UVB rays are not so strong. However, you have UVA rays, and UVA, I like to remember them from years ago as B for burning, A for aging. So UVA rays are with different length. There are a few different types, but they're all much longer than the UVB rays. So they penetrate quite deep into the skin, and also they can penetrate through glass. So whether your window in your office, in your home, your car. When we are talking about SPF factors, the numbers are related with the protection from the UVB. And this means that if you use something like SPF 50, how much your skin will be exactly protected, it's very confusing very often for people. So what I mean is that I'll try to explain it as simple as I can. If your skin will burn under the sun after 5 minutes of exposure, the SPF 30 will provide you with 30 times more protection than if you did not use anything. So you will multiply those 5 minutes 30 times, and this is the duration of the period that your SPF is going to give you protection. You have to bear in mind that SPF, whatever number you have, doesn't give you 100% protection from the UV, so still some damage is happening. Another very important thing is you will see very often, especially in Asian skincare, this SPF number, and then underneath usually you will see something like PA and a lot of pluses, hopefully. So this is a measuring system that was invented in Japan, and now it is going quite all over the world, and this is the protection from the UVA that your product is going to give you. So we say that you have to use products that is giving you broad spectrum protection, which means that it is protection from the UVA and from the UVB. So PA plus means that it gives some minimal protection from the UVA. PA++ is a moderate protection, and everything from PA3 pluses to 4, 5 is more and more protection. So the more pluses you have, the better is your protection. The higher is the number of the SPF, the better is the protection. So that is what we are aiming for. Now, another difference in the SPFs that you will find is that some of them are physical, some of them are chemical SPF. And the difference is the filters. So you have physical filters or physical SPF, and these are your titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. These are the two approved ingredients that are providing you with sunblock protection. So these two are, for me personally, superior because they reflect the sun rays like a mirror. So nothing goes inside. As soon as the sun hits your skin, they get reflected. So nothing is going into the skin. There is no heat released into the skin. Everything is reflected. Obviously, you have to make sure that you are applying the enough amount of your SPF, which means 2 fingers length for your face, neck, and décolletage. Also, don't forget your ears. If you're wearing your hair like me today, for instance, like a ponytail, the back of your neck as well. If you have some kind of spray for your hair, also a good idea to use something like this. And you do have to reapply your sunblock every 2 hours. Now, according to a lot of different cancer research groups, you are supposed to use broad spectrum SPF, at least SPF 30, water resistant all year round, especially if you're going outdoors. Now with the UVB, although they're not as strong in the winter, when you are somewhere in high altitude, say if you're going skiing and there is also snow, because the reflection, you will be able actually to quite badly burn if you're going hiking or skiing somewhere in the mountains. So once again, there you do need SPF 50 in my opinion. Very often the problem with the chemical SPFs is that not only that they might release some heat into the skin and obviously try to catch everything within the skin, but also in my particular case they make my eyes very watery. And once again, it is essential to apply your SPF all over. So the area around the eyes and your lids is also an area that you should be able to apply your SPF. In the same time, brands are saying avoid those areas because irritation might occur. So I'm a bit like, well, should I buy a different product then? And that's why it doesn't make sense. That doesn't mean that all chemical filters are making your skin irritated or your eyes watery, by no means. Obviously with some of them we have issues and studies that are proving that they might be affecting negatively the sea life, and this is obviously a concern. A very often target of finger pointing are the sources behind the UV filters. And I'm highlighting this because a lot of the brands will say that they use organic ingredients for their products. However, with the SPF, all of the SPF filters, whether chemical or physical, are inorganic mineral compounds. So if a brand say that mineral SPF is better than the chemical SPF because it's more natural, this is really not the case. So yes, use your SPF all year round, reapply it and apply the proper amount. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. If you did so, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. Find me and follow me on Instagram. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.